Do you think now is the time to buy a home in Florida? The prices must be going down after Hurricane Ian, right? What's a little water intrusion? I can fix that. Wait right there. There are 7 things you need to consider before buying a storm-damaged home. Hurricane Ian just destroyed a good portion of the southwest Florida coastline. Many homes are simply gone. Others are left in pieces. Some homes will have to be at a minimum rehabbed, and many will have to be fully rebuilt. So what does that all mean to you, a buyer looking for a deal in Florida? Here are the 7 things you need to know so you don't jump into these rocky real estate waters blindfolded. Buying a home with damage is always a risk, but storm-damaged homes take it up a notch. You must be committed, especially if you're looking at these types of properties. The biggest concern with Hurricane Ian damage is water intrusion from the storm surge. Water intrusion is no joke. One of its biggest fallouts, mold. In Florida, mold can start growing within 24 hours, and it's tricky because you don't always see it, but you can breathe it in. If you are thinking a coat of paint and some new flooring is going to take care of it, you are sadly mistaken. Professionals must be hired. This is not for the weak investor. This can be costly and time-consuming. The home is being sold at a lower price to compensate for this work. What about homes that have been repaired after the storm damage? Are they good buys? They certainly can be, but there's a few things you need to know. Ask for disclosures on the property you are looking to purchase. Sellers are required to disclose any known defects about the property. As a licensed Florida realtor, I always ask my buyers and sellers to fill one out. Many investors may not fill one out, simply stating they never lived in the home. What can you do to find out about the home? Get an expert inspection. Make sure to hire a professional inspector with experience. If anything comes back questionable, you may want to look into having specific experts in those areas look at the home, such as a plumber to check the pipes for corrosion. This can be a common problem after being exposed to salt water. That's a huge thing to consider, corrosion. Hurricane flooding is a bigger problem for homes than freshwater flooding. Salt water can eat away at the metals, which means that all the wiring inside the home is particularly vulnerable. Corroded wires cause house fires. You'll want to have those wires replaced, not repaired. The corrosion also applies to AC units. Many of them have been underwater in the storm surge. Are you finding this video helpful? Consider subscribing to see more videos like this one. Florida will always have hurricanes. Hurricane season is June 1st to November 30th every year. You won't avoid them. You are probably thinking you'll get insurance, and homeowners insurance is required if you're buying a home with a mortgage. But much of the damage done to these homes during Ian is actually considered flood damage, and many homeowners don't have it. Why? Because it's crazy expensive. So when you're looking at a home, ask if it's in a flood zone. And even if it's not, you better get the quote on how much flood insurance is going to cost you. Are you buying the property before repairs have been done? Are you planning on doing the rehab work yourself? There's a few things you need to know. You'll likely have to pay cash for the property depending on what needs to be done. Most lenders require a home to be safe and sound, and structural issues must be minor and due to normal wear and tear. Don't hate me, I'm not the lender. Your best bet is to speak to a local lender directly about the home and its condition before you go to contract. You don't want to get halfway through the deal and find out the lender won't approve the mortgage. Finally, don't rush into anything. If you feel you are being pushed into a sale, it could be a red flag. Stop and weigh the pros and cons of buying the home. This is a major commitment and should not be taken lightly. You need to be prepared to invest time and money into your new property. Got questions? Leave them in the comments below. And be sure to check out our PDF on what questions you should ask before buying a storm-damaged home. It's in the pinned comment at the top of this video. Thanks for tuning in, and make sure to think pink for all your real estate Southwest Florida needs.